The media. Nicholas Rushworth is here with me in the studio. Nick, you're looking at the Ukrainian crisis, and in that context, you're looking at two rival leaders, and that is Vladimir Putin and Barack Obama.
Well, on the one side, there's Putin, the other side, Obama. So two tribes go to war, it almost feels like, with should they fight it out in the streets themselves. So we can see this photo online, which is a classic tweet pic, which we've seen many times, of Vladimir Putin in virile mode there as he strides across the Russian steppes. You may not have seen this one, Aurora. What about this one? It's finally Obama catching up. Finally, he catches sight of Obama, and what do we see? We see a little grin and another message. I won't comment on that.
And a third finger from Vladimir Putin.
Well, indeed. And this also we've got on Twitter, we've got this tweet pic, what the world is seeing. We've got Vladimir Putin perhaps overdoing it slightly with his routine with the bear. And there we've got Vladimir Putin, well, in Cloud Cuckoo Land, basically.
On My Little Pony.
Yeah, so the contrast is striking. This too is being tweeted. You can see the whole idea of the different styles of the two men. The old Russian spy school never fails, never show your emotions. So what is it about him, Aurora, Obama? He's so empathic, isn't he? He really cares. And there we see Vladimir Putin. He's got a different psychological profile entirely. I've got, again, no comment about that. The Atlantic magazine is picking up on this with a headline here. You can see, no, American weakness has not encouraged Putin to invade Ukraine. So, of course, that makes me think, well, oh, you mean it has? Or, well, the debate seems to be about that whole question of American might. And the Atlantic magazine there is saying, well, in fact, come on, look at the situation. American power has never been so close to Moscow now, with its power to the east of Europe fairly entrenched in terms of its relations with Eastern European countries.
All right, let's move on to a totally different story now here in France, because former President Nicolas Sarkozy has had a pretty bad week.
A lousy week, Aurora, and this is to do with the Le Mans Friday edition there, Placé sur écoute, so a phone tapping scandal about him. Well, that paper there saying that two French judges have been looking into his phone conversations, basically to try to establish these allegations about possible illegal campaign financing and using Libyan money, whether that has any foundation. The Le Monde website, we can see, shows a picture of Sarkozy in fairly sinister mode, sort of with a dark shadow cast across his face there. That's basically arguing that, you know, this he is perverting the course of justice. You can see the photo there. Now, the support for him is significant, of course. He's not tweeted since September himself personally, but his supporters are tweeting on this page, Nicolas Sarkozy for 2017, saying, come off it. This is all politicking. This is all about not an independent judiciary, but a biased judiciary. Two specific judges out to get Sarkozy. So this, of course, has, well, actually, funnily enough, we come back in a way to Obama again, because what some people are saying, this is Watergate in reverse. It's a continuation of this whole era we're living in of Orwellian spying. So there, what is great is that not only can the bosses and the leaders spy on us, but that we can also spy on them in a way. And if you scroll down there, you can see that slogan, taxes are wealth, war is peace, and surveillance is freedom. So, of course, this whole question of the National Surveillance Agency, and now Sarkozy himself being tapped
by judges.
This whole feeling of a society that is just over the top Orwellian. Just to finish, I want to look at the actual ramifications for French politics. The Economist is saying that, in fact, this scandal, and one earlier in the week, because there have been two Sarko leaks earlier in the week, in which his political advisor, Patrick Buisson, there we can see him, actually had recordings of hundreds of hours of conversations of official meetings, which we'll learn more about. Now, The Economist is saying Sarko leaks and these other scandals are actually all working in the favour of one person, Marine Le Pen and the far right. So we've got elections coming up, the municipals and the Europeans, and basically this fallout for the centre-right of previous government will be very bad for them, and the FN will gain.
And that could, of course, be very damaging if Sarkozy ever wants to make a political comeback. All right, thank you very much. That was Nicholas Rushworth with today's Media Buzz. And we're going to have a short break now, but don't go away. We'll talk to France 24's Philip Crowther, who'll tell us how Washington's reacting to Moscow's warnings that sanctions over the crisis in Ukraine could, quote, boomerang against the US. Do stay tuned for that.